AIN is in Las Vegas on the eve of what promises to be a record-breaking Heli-Expo show, as helicopters rapidly arrive for display at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We caught up with Helicopter Association International President Matt Zuccaro to get his take on some of the hot topics in the helicopter industry, and then turned to AIN journalist Mark Huber for his thoughts. One major issue for helicopter operators is the continued integration of drones and unmanned aircraft systems.
We support the technology of drone unmanned autonomous aircraft, and we think it's a great business opportunity for helicopter operators. And when you really look at it, drones predominantly are going to operate 500 feet or less. They're going to take advantage of the vertical reference mode and the ability to hover, and they're going to do utility missions. Gee, I know people that do that, except right now they do them with helicopters. And we're the resident experts in that operating environment, in that aerodynamic profile, doing those missions. And I think people need to know also that drones are not limited to the smaller devices that fit on a tabletop. Drones and unmanned autonomous operations relate to full production helicopters. We just had a test run that was done last year with a full production aircraft, and it was out fighting wildfires day and night, and it was very successful. And the pilots and the crews were on the ground.
Energy prices are firming up, and Zuccaro sees a bright future for helicopter sales as oil and gas operators place new orders.
I think it's no secret that the weak segment of the industry over the last few years has been the offshore oil production exploration. And the good news is that the price of oil is recovering, and so is the industry segment. So aircraft are being put back in flight. Full staffing levels are being achieved. And now the next segment of that is the increase in flight hours. And then subsequently we would look for the aircraft orders that were placed prior in a couple of years ago that were put on delay. Some of those hopefully will get activated in the next few years, and we'll bring the newer technology, newer aircraft into the fleets. And we'll get a nice recovery, but if one thing the helicopter is, it's survivors, and we're resilient.
HAI is working closely with the FAA on new certification initiatives to allow single-engine, single-pilot IFR operations.
We have an initiative now that we're developing to rewrite and review Part 2729, which is the certification standards for basically normal transport category helicopters. And the important thing there is that one of the main motivators to do this is to recognize the new technology that's available that is not included in the regulations. And that would help greatly in one project we're working on, single engine, single pilot IFR. And we think that that could add a great level of safety into the industry if that was available in that class and category of helicopter with that crew. And it would give us more flexibility operating in the IFR environment. So we are comfortable that they do recognize the advanced technology, and they're working with us to make sure that we can impart it into the regulations and into the operating community. And it does a couple of things. It makes us safer, makes us more cost effective, and it also makes us operationally viable and flexible, which we want to do.
Okay, here at Heli-Expo 2018, it's a time of transition for the industry this year. Heavy helicopters are fading from favor as Airbus has announced that it has halted work on its X6 heavy helicopter program. Likewise, the Waypoint study that came out last year indicates that super mediums can now do the work of most of what heavy helicopters have done in the past for the offshore industry. Also, the price of oil has not rebounded as many people have expected it to do. And that has put a dampening effect on the optimism that had taken place late last year in the helicopter industry. Lower end of the business also appears to be shifting in the sense that the low rate, low unit cost helicopter business is transitioning to the vertical lift business, which has a business model of a low cost, high rate production unit business.
Keep an eye on AINonline.com for all the latest news from Heli-Expo.